Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sri Nur Hayati. I'm gonna present my paper. The title is Needs Analysis of Children's Rights Curriculum for Parenting Education. This paper was written by Sri Nur Hayati, Welanda Albi Nugraha, and Hani Solihah. As for the introduction, this research aims to find out the child rights curriculum's initial needs for the implementation of parenting education program in Indonesia. The explanation of the child's rights is essential knowledge for parents. Like other knowledge, children's rights also need to be learned in a planned and programmed manner. A curriculum with the fundamental purpose of providing parents with an understanding of children's rights can be developed, and content and teaching learning activities can be fully established and prepared to help parents understanding the rights of the child and know how to fulfill those rights. Therefore, before developing a curriculum, it is necessary to study the needs analysis to know the learning needs for curriculum design. Needs analysis is the first step in designing the curriculum to provide validity and relevance for the sustainability of curriculum design activities to determine real needs through information gathering activities. Now let's continue to the literature review. In Indonesia, the rights of the child have been stipulated in Law Number 22 of 2002 on child protection, which explains that child protection is all activities to guarantee and protect the child and its right to live, grow, develop, and participate optimally following the dignity of humanity and being protected from violence and discrimination. Furthermore, Law Number 22 of 2002 was updated to Law Number 35 of 2014. According to the law, children's rights can be grouped into 4 categories, namely first, survival rights, protection rights, development rights, participation rights, and identity rights. Aside from the rights of children stipulated in the legislation in Indonesia, other things that need to be looked at are concerning the child's welfare. The child's rights are clear and detailed in Islamic law contained in the verses of the Quran and Hadith. The rights of the child in the perspective of Islamic law are the right to live, obtain the recognition of offspring or nasab, have a self-identity, good name, get breast milk, parenting and care, cost of living, education and teaching, and last, treated fairly. Now let's continue to the method. This study uses a case study method because the study focuses on the opinions and thoughts of parents about their own level of knowledge, understanding, and efforts to fulfill the child's rights. Besides, the analysis of needs is discussed in the relevant literature to apply a holistic research approach. Sampling is done using a purposive sampling method to determine participants. The criteria used to choose parents have children aged 0 to 18 who are domiciled in Cimahi City. Study participants included 100 people who met those criteria. The research data were collected through a semi-structured, in-depth interview form that had been prepared by the researchers. The interview form has 10 questions that include the knowledge of the child's rights, the fulfillment of the rights of the child, and their expectation on this issue. Okay, for the findings and discussions, we found that the researchers found that 95% parents already know some of the rights of the child. Nevertheless, 95% of respondents said they had not been able to fulfill the child's rights. Ideally, parents feel they have not provided happiness materially and have not fulfilled the child's education right. And then 70% of parents, based on the interviews with, they replied that their knowledge of children's rights, 70% of 100% of respondents replied that all they knew about children's rights included the right to live, to grow, to be happy, to love, to education, to be loved, to get education, attention, guidance, and the right to obtain nutritious food. So from the interview, the study found that the curriculum design of the parenting program refers to the right of the child following the Child Protection Act and the rights of the child according to the perspective of Islamic law include the correct paradigm of the child, the development of talent, and the development of the child's potential, the coaching of the role of father and mother as prime educators for the child, accompanying the child through his or her childhood time, and preparing the child to be a just and civilized adults. And for the conclusions, the child's welfare is closely related to the fulfillment of the child's rights by the adults. Parents need to be educated about the child's right and how to properly fulfill the child's rights. The analysis of children's rights under Islamic law and legal perspectives is known that children's rights consist of the right to live, the protection right, the right to growth, the right to participation, and the right to self-identity. Based on the analysis, parents need to include a study of children's rights into the parenting curriculum in the process of education. Thus, the author recommends to the organizers of parenting education in either formal or non-formal institutions to implement the curriculum of children's rights. As for the next study, researchers hope that there is a study on the effect of implementing parenting education by implementing this child's rights curriculum. That's all my presentation. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.